Hello, my friends. We're going to go for a nice walk today. I don't know if you want to call it a woods walk, gun talk video, because I'm going to be walking in the woods. But I'll probably talk about a couple things about guns, so maybe I will. Welcome to Woods Walk Gun Talk with your host, J-Bo. Most enjoyable Sunday in Maine. Bright sunshine after being dry for a couple days, like Canadian cool. It's a little more humid today, but we are going to pop into the woods here, and I want to thank people for tuning in and walking with me. Taking a quick look for ticks. It's not really tick season, but whenever I walk through brush, I take a second to take a look. Anyways, here we are in the woods. It's late summer, what's left of it. Fall is fast approaching. In fact, when we were shooting yesterday, which we had a great time doing that. I'll talk about some of the stuff shooting. But we had a glorious time shooting. And it's been cool lately, and we noticed a little bit early, as a matter of fact. Alright, sorry about that. Had a technical issue. Anyways, what I was saying is we went shooting, and we noticed a flock of freaking geese. A whole flock of geese flying in formation, heading south. So we know what that means. That we have a winter. Winter has showed up. Technically fall, but fall is one of those technicalities of indicating that winter is here. So anyway, fall is officially here, not yet on the calendar, but like with many places in New England, when the geese take off and fly south, that's it, it's over. Mother Nature knows when it's time for them to leave. Don't know how they know that. Sometimes they'll leave a couple of weeks from now in September. Today is September 1st, so we actually saw them leaving on the last day of August, which has happened in the past, but recently we've always noticed it in September. So that tells me we're going to have an early winter. Now I don't know if that's going to be a bad winter, or if it just simply means that it is going to be a cold and brutal winter. And we got those berries here, have grown back. They've ripened, and it looks like something's been eating them, which is why they're there. Nature provides. So anyway, I didn't go for my walking yesterday, but I am today. Took a day off because we went shooting yesterday, and I was contemplating going shooting and then going for a walk after, or I said I would go for a longer walk on Sunday. Well, that's what I'm doing now. So anyways, you can hear some people up here. So we shot shotguns yesterday. We shot 223s with the Mini 14s. That was a lot of fun. Probably one of my favorite things to do besides shooting 1911s. And 1911, I don't care what the caliber is in them, I just like them as a firearm, 45 being my favorite. I got some kids playing on the dam.
So that's cool. So you got leads on all the stories.
So this is Maine, if you're just tuning in. This is a place called Thorncrag. It's a bird sanctuary run by the Stanton Bird Club. I like to go woods hiking through here, trailblazing as it were. They keep it up pretty well when we have storms and trees get knocked over. It's not full of trash. There's other much longer trails in the area, but I like this one specifically because it has the right terrain, the right look of being woods, and it's well maintained and clean, and there's a lot of critters here. I see deer in here. Last time we came through here we saw a woodpecker. I have seen all kinds of stuff walking through here. So I'm just walking through here to get my daily 5 mile at least exercise. Walking through woods is different than walking on the street. It's a lot more effort. It also has a better smell, fresh air. I got a sweat going already. It is a little humid today. Might be one of the last days of it, as far as I know. So, we will enjoy. And we will be coming through here this winter as well. If there's a lot of snow on the ground, my walks will be shorter, but it is important for me to actually get out and do things in nature in the winter. Every time you walk by something here, something goes scurrying into the woods. So thank you for walking with me anyway. I uploaded a new Mini 14 video. On the channel, and I like wearing a camera on my head like I am now when I record myself shooting. Somebody else wanted a well, anyway, I shot this video, uploaded it, and somebody wanted to see a video of it shooting from the side, I guess. They wanted different camera angles, and I didn't really think of doing that with the Mini 14 because there's tons of videos online of people shooting it like that, but you don't see any with people wearing a camera on their head with a point of view shooting it, because most people want to do kind of a selfie video. Look at me, I'm shooting a rifle, which is fine, but there's a lot of those on YouTube. So I'll keep it in mind. Next time I'll make sure I throw in a video shooting it where people can see me shooting it, I guess. Or close up on the firearm shooting. Problem is, I go shooting with other people and I can't turn the place into a production studio and ask people not to shoot in the background while I'm shooting. And I could just shoot video anyway, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But there's a video clip on the channel of me shooting an AK-47 into a mud puddle, which is pretty funny to watch. And somebody made a comment about the rifle being fired and my bullet going off into outer space somewhere to maybe kill somebody, which didn't happen. It's because somebody was behind me shooting and they mistook the gunshots behind me for the rifle I was carrying. And you can clearly see I was not shooting the rifle, so I don't even know where that came from. But the point is, sometimes it's difficult to shoot video and present it on the internet because people are geared towards picking on things, analyzing things, instead of just watching the video. So, and I've been told by people close to me, why do you bother accepting comments on your videos? Just turn them off. Or why do you bother replying to these people? And those are all good questions. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I upload videos and remove the commentary, the comments? Because I gotta tell you, a lot of times, you know, the positive comments are always good, but there's always, I gotta come by behind and clean up people just being jerks. And you know, that's never any fun. So something I've been thinking about, you know, just upload a video, don't have any comments, maybe put an email link for if somebody has any comments worth telling me about, to email me instead. And 99.9% of the time, when you get a negative comment on YouTube, and then you go look at their profile, they literally have zero content of their own, and they've made their account private. Or they've made their account private. So they do that because they spend all their time on there doing what I just said, going around and insulting people and making fun of them, or you're fat, you're skinny, you're ugly, you look gay, you look whatever. And somehow for some reason, they just enjoy doing that. And often they don't say anything about the firearm. Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Then they don't leave what their credentials are, and they don't leave why I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's pretty annoying at this point. Sometimes people are just not good, and sometimes I don't feel like dealing with it. So I'm seriously thinking about just turning comments off on future videos. Just let me know what you think of that. You know, if that's something you're not gonna like, you know, let me know. I don't think they have a setting for only people that subscribe to your channel can leave a comment. Maybe I'll look into that. That would probably work too, actually, now that I think about it. So this is the infamous fireplace here. It's been here for a while. You got 1994 down there when they repaired it. It's been here for a lot longer than that. But that's it right there. And we got a golf ball that I found. So somebody's already had a fire going in there, despite the signs saying that's not allowed. Because, you know, people's is people's. So this wall just goes behind here. We got the frog swamp down there, which we'll check out probably on the way back. So yesterday, while we were going to go shooting, not only did we see a whole gaggle of geese take off and head south, but we also saw a huge gaggle of wild turkeys. The babies have grown up, and they're out foraging. So we'll probably see some turkeys through here this fall as well. We do every year. If you went on a walk with me before, I've picked up turkey feathers, and turkey feathers are pretty awesome looking. They're big enough to make a quill out of for writing pen if you use an inkwell. And we got some people up here. We'll come up this way behind them. See, sometimes you come here. Last time we came here, I didn't run into one person. Just one person walking out of the place. And the whole time we spent in here was with nobody. And today I've already seen about a dozen people. So we will walk over here. Here's another fireplace. Somebody was burning something, it looks like. Oh, anyways, pretty soon all of these are going to be changing colors. It's going to look pretty nice. And then eventually all these trees will lose their leaves and we'll be able to see the hills out back there. Things like that. But right now, we're going to head on down the green trail. I'll probably head downhill this time towards the Whale Rock. So this is a really nice, enjoyable thing I enjoy doing. Thorncraig in Lewiston, Maine is a very nice place to walk. It's safe, quiet. Good place to come to watch the seasons change. So it is well groomed and taken care of. So we'll head on down this way. Got these people stopping here, checking things out. I don't think we'll be able to see Mount Washington today because of the humidity. But pretty soon we'll be able to see it. We'll see the snow cap on top. Nope. I can faintly see it in the background. It's just a little shadow behind the mist. Or steam, whatever you want to call that. It's only about 80 miles due west. So we'll head down this way. And again, I love shooting 1911s. So anyway, some people are just not happy with no matter what you do. So if you're gonna do online content or thinking about it, you can fully expect that some people are going to complain no matter what you do. So if you do something to accommodate one person, somebody else is going to be upset. Hi, how you doing?
Trying to find the Whale Rock.
The Whale Rock? I'm heading right that way.
All right.
We got to get back down over that way, but you can do that this way too.
Is this technically a trail? Like it doesn't have
Yeah, this is going to go down a little trail back to the main trail over here.
Okay.
You can get there from here. It's literally maybe 50 feet. It's not far. People are asking me where the Whale Rock is. I'm trying to tell them, and they didn't want to follow me this way because they probably think I'm setting them up to rob them or something. You never know with people today. Yeah, we're right down here. And if you go straight down here, just stay on the green trail, you'll find it.
Okay, thank you.
They're trying to find the Whale Rock. And apparently I'm a tour guide. So I'm going to beat them down to the Whale Rock, and then we'll see if they find it. Because when I get to the Whale Rock, I'll turn around and come back. And I bet you any money they're going to go straight down this way. Which still goes this way, so, because this meets in one place down here. But this one's a little more serious terrain that they don't want to go on. They'll want to take the easy way over there, which is fine. But we're going to head down this way. See, this is my little running joke I've made to you guys walking through here often. I get this big attraction called the Whale Rock. People come here, they just want to see the Whale Rock. And when I get here and look at it, I'm like, well, it's not really a big deal. Yeah, it looks like a rock, but a whale, but it's nothing special. Hi, how you doing? So we're gonna head down this way, take a peek towards the Whale Rock. And remember, if the whale is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. But seriously, folks, people want to see this rock shaped like a sperm whale or some kind of whale. It's basically just a little thing on the bottom that looks like a whale mouth. But we'll go take a look at it regardless. We'll see if the tourists can find their way to it. They didn't look like they were going to be able to find it. I did notice that the little box that they have at the front of this place with maps in it and stuff like that. The last time we came here a few days ago, the maps were all gone. It was empty. So maybe they don't have a map. But it's on the internet. If you do a search for Thorn Crag Bird Sanctuary, they have a PDF of the trail system here and the color coding. See, like we're going down this one and the trees are marked green, and the green trail will lead you to the Whale Rock from 2 different directions. So it should not be too hard for them to find, but you never know. Now this hill I'm going down right here is kind of a steep decline. You've been with me on the upside of walking up this, and I was just about dead before I got to the top. Well, not really, but I had to stop and cool off. It was hot. But going down here in the winter time, a lot of times there'll be ice and snow on here, and you'll see like a rock right there covered with snow and some ice, and you don't see it. Then you come up on it and you get ice on this rock, and your feet will come right out from underneath you. So you always have to be extra careful walking in the winter time down here. And so this is where that trail intersects. So they should be coming down this way if they follow my directions, I said, to stay on the green trail. But neither one of them look like they're in really good shape at all, if I'm to be honest. And they might just have said, oh, the hell with this is too much work. I didn't know it was this far. So I don't know where their fitness level is at. But there's a sign right there. It says Whale Rock. that a ways. So we'll head down that way and we'll see if they find it. It'd be like a little game we're playing. So anyways, this is the area that I have seen a lot of wild turkeys right here, and deer. I've seen deer come through here too, and I think they have kind of a symbionts, turkeys and deer, because they seem to share the same trail routes. I don't know if they smell each other and they know that that's a safe route to go. I don't know how that works, but that would not surprise me, because a lot of animals rely on scent for a lot of things. So anyways, this is the Whale Rock. 890 feet this way on a dead end. So we'll walk down here as part of my fitness exercise regimen. And they're coming down the trail now. They found it. So we'll head down this way. And we'll go see what the Whale Rock is doing. We'll go see what the rock is doing. So we had a good time shooting yesterday, and I actually felt pretty badly because we like to shoot in this little pond, swampy thing. It's not even a pond, it's a big giant, it's fed by rain, okay? That's all it's fed by. It's a big giant puddle. And for some reason, frogs have decided to make it home. And we like to shoot the damn stuff with shotguns. These reeds and weeds and you know, they're always digging around there, people that own it. So sometimes they're overturning the soil there and the frogs come back like magic. And they've been there for years, living this way. They burrow in the hillsides, and the little frogs just find a way to survive. But anyway, there was one by a clump of grass I didn't see. My brother knew it was there. And unfortunately, I shot the clump of grass. And I absolutely disintegrated the frog, who was, what was left of him was flipping around, because frogs have those kind of nerve things there where if you've ever dissected a frog, they can still be living when they're not living, and get their legs kicking and whatever else. Kind of like a chicken when you cut its head off. It'll actually run for a little bit, flopping around on the ground. But I have no idea how that happens or why. The head's not on it no more. It's not supposed to work. It's magic. But anyway, I felt bad about the frog. So I'm a frog murderer. I'm sorry. There's only like hundreds of other ones. I know, that doesn't sound right. That sounds mean. I'm not a nice person. I'm sorry. So anyways, it was an accident. We had just discussed it too. I was like, nah, I don't want to shoot any frogs. So basically I was trying not to hit frogs, and I ended up hitting a frog. Because firearms are dangerous. Excuse me. So anyways, that's my little story for today. So we're gonna go down and look at the damn Whale Rock. And as you can see, it's just a big giant rock. Hence the name, Whale Rock. Now we could head this way and go all the way to Canada if you wanted to. couple 100 miles. And there is the whale rock, as indicated by the little whale mouth. These people are walking all the way down here to look at that, and it's just a rock. I gotta tell you, that's just not exciting. It just really doesn't do anything for me. But I want my exercise and we're walking, so I will walk around the whale rock. And we will walk back up on top, and we'll head back up the trail. I think all the little blackberries have been eaten. Yep, all of them. These are all full of blackberries. It just seems like Mother Nature knows winter is going to be here early, and it's going to be harsh this year. So it looks like to me, anyways. Alright, so I'm going to head down here. Hi.
Hey there.
Hi. How are you? So we'll head back up this way. Hi. It's still there. Well, looks like they found it. All right. All right. We'll head back up this way. I got 2 miles in. And make sure I swing by the frog pond. I want to see if that's lost some more of its water or not. And I think it has. Excuse me for coughing. All right, Mosquitoes are not as active as they were. But I did just have one by my ear. So, alright, we're gonna head on over this way. I had a selfie stick with me, which I was going to bring. I had it in my pocket, but I think I took it out and left it on the table at home. Either that or I lost my selfie stick. But I usually don't have things fall out of my pocket like that. So it's probably sitting on the table. And if it isn't, I guess I'm going to have to get another one. I wanted to do some selfie stuff today. I could do that. I could hold the camera out on the end of my arm just to say a few words, but if I feel like it. No turkeys through here today. Usually we have running water through here. It's all dried up. So I'm pretty sure the little frog pond's going to be dried up even more. We'll have to check that out. Shadows are getting long too. I don't want to get caught out here in the dark. It wouldn't be a big deal because I got my cell phone flashlight, but I'd rather avoid that if I'm being honest about it. It is late afternoon and pretty soon it's going to be, right now it's getting dark. Last light is before 8 o'clock. Sunset is officially at about 7:30, 7:28. Last light about 7:45. This winter it'll be dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in this part of the hemisphere. So I don't walk at night in the wintertime. I walk during the day when it's its warmest. Nope, no turkeys. That's why I was stopping once in a while, see if I could hear. Nope. A lot of times you can hear things going on in the woods if you're quiet. All I'm hearing is acorns falling. No shortage of acorns. Oh, excuse me. Yep, I got pretty good sweat going right now. I think we'll walk through that big field today. That'll be nice. mosey on up the hill here. Today feels like summer, just a little different. There we go. That's the trail I'm looking for. We're at 2.5 miles now. Come up around the corner here. kinds of dragonflies out today. Alright, takes care of that part. Now we'll go down this way. You've been here with me before. The Phone Craig Bird Sanctuary marker on the back side of the park with a map carved into the wood. Head on down to the Orange Trail. Hear an aeroplane out there. Actually a helicopter. Well, anyways, I just thought I'd be silent for a little stretch there so you can get the sense of walking in the woods. I do talk a lot, but I don't mind it. And I have been told, because I have uploaded 3 or 4 walks where I didn't say a word on the entire walk, and people are like, don't do that. It's pretty boring when you're not talking. So, okay. So, I see a lot of people on the internet trying to be controversial to get monetized, especially on YouTube. It's like the more outrageous you are, the more attention you get. But a lot of people end up doing things they don't really support or want to do. And you end up with endorsements and sponsors, and you have to stop in your video and do a commercial, basically. Something I hate seeing when watching other people's content. I have enough subscribers now to qualify. I just don't have the heart in it. I just don't. You end up having to make a production out of it. Let me put it this way, if it happens on its own, then it happens. And if I have to spend every day trying to force being popular, that never works. You either are or you're not. You either have something people want to hear you say, or they don't. I'm just a nobody in Maine. I'm not an expert at anything. But I'm a knower of many different things because I like to read. I like to do things hands-on. I have a lot of experience, like in the past. I'll be walking by something in the trash. There'll be a boom box, for example. All right, well, I'll bring it home, plug it in, see if it works, if there's any power, and go from there. And then you figure it out, okay, it's got a belt problem. Oh, it broke a belt. Well, this belt is slipping on the pulley wheel, or things that are easily repaired or reparable, and people throw the entire boombox out. So, one thing I don't like though, and they did it for a while, is the belt drive is always better because it's easier to service and fix. That goes for turntables, boom boxes, for cassettes, or anything that involves like spinning a disc or spinning something. Direct drive always wears out. Direct drive is basically, if it's not electromagnetic, which is the best one, the more modern style, is you have a rubber wheel. It turns on a motor, and it's resting up against the turntable, and this wheel just spins the turntable. Problem with that is you can get rubber residue buildup on what it's spinning. Then the wheel will start to slip, and you'll hear warbling in the music you're playing. It sounds uneven. Wow, wow, wow. It could be slight or it could be severe. Then you have to figure out, okay, is this just the grooves in the record is egged a little bit because the hole is off center, or is it the player? And I'm just telling you to get a belt drive turntable. It's the easiest to service when it breaks, and you basically just put a new belt on there. So I've been using a direct drive electromagnetic style since 2013. I've had this turntable 11 years. Use it pretty much every day or every other day, at least 1 or 2 records, sometimes more, and it's been great. Very rugged, durable, built by Audio Technica. Basically, they took over that part of the market where Techniques stopped making turntables. Those used to be the preferred popular table back in the day. I had an old Techniques. The old Technique one I had was an economy one I had purchased in a pawn shop. And I used that for many years. So there's a lot of good stuff available. I don't tend to be a huge fan of the audio snob tables, I call them. The audiophile tables. You know, these people that will buy an amplifier that has 12 AX7 preamp tubes in it. They'll have 1 or 2 tubes, but it's the 12 AX7 preamp tubes. And then you'll have a main tube, sometimes 2 tubes, depending on the power. And, you know, it's got a warmer sound, which it does. It does. It also has a warmer price tag. It also has a very much warmer maintenance. And you have to calibrate the tubes. They have to be balanced tubes. And usually buy them in a set. They're called a matching set. The tubes are not made in the United States. Primarily made overseas. And since the pandemic, the price of tubes have gone up to stupid levels where you can pay $100 for 2 tubes when they used to be $15, $20 each. And I okay, the only thing I use tubes in is my guitar amps. Because if you want that genuine overdriven amp noise, where the tubes start to break up, it's called, and you get that nice natural amplifier crunch that we grew up on listening to all that classic rock. If you want that genuine tone, you want tubes. They do have some really good electronic emulating stuff though that does a really good job. But I go on YouTube and I watch some of these guitar videos, and the guy playing's good. You know, they got this amplifier they're promoting, but they have it directly inputted into something. It sounds digital, it sounds crunchy, it sounds like a angry bee's nest instead of nice smooth distortion. And it sounds terrible. So, all amps are not equal, and an amp is only as good as what your ears hear it to be also. So, if it sounds good to you, go ahead and use it. Now, I'm sure a nice, expensive, vintage Marantz tube power amp system would sound worth all the $5,000 paid for the equipment to listen to records on. But at the end of the day, I'm using old vintage speakers. And I'm using a vintage 90s power source, which is digital. And it's not even digital, it's not tubes, but I guess you would call it analog, solid state analog components. How's that? It's not digital, it's analog, but there's no tubes. Does that make sense? And it's bigger than most stereo receivers because of that, but it sounds awesome. It really truly does. It's got a nice warm tone, and I'm very happy with it. And it's got a lot of watts, a lot of power, and I don't listen to music really hugely loud anyways, but I got a pretty nice system that sounds good. And I didn't have to spend $3 million for it. The most expensive component I bought was the turntable though, because that is important. That's a $600 turntable. It's not a low end. And you can pay up to $2,000 or $3,000 for high-end audiophile, audio snob turntables, I call them. But this is a professional DJ turntable. It's rugged. It's built to put in a case and throw around and stay functioning. And it's all soundproofed, so you don't get ambient rumble noise from the platter and all kinds of issues. It's very quiet. When you listen to a record and there's no music playing, all you hear is nothing, which is what I want. I don't want to hear humming. I don't want to hear digital noise. I don't want to hear background noise. And obviously vinyl records, you do have some noise in the grooves if they're not clean. My records are all immaculately hand cleaned with my own solution I make myself, which is 25% isopropyl alcohol mixed with distilled water. No minerals in the water. Can't do that. And my first cleaning on a record bought used that's dirty, I will use these paint pads made for edge trimming when you're painting. They're the perfect width of most grooves on a turntable from the spindle towards the edge of the record. They fit on there perfectly width-wise. I spray them with a 50-50 mix of alcohol. Your first cleaning is okay to do that with. Subsequent cleanings after that, you don't want to have too much alcohol. It doesn't really damage the vinyl, but what it does is it can discolor it and give it kind of a white filmy look. So you want to have mostly water. Some people like to just wash it with dish soap in the sink like it's dishes. I like to try to remove as much possibility of accidental damage to records as possible. I see these guys stand them up in dish racks. It just makes me cringe every time I see that. But if you feel comfortable doing it, that's fine. All right. Got a fresh battery in here. Coming up on 3.5 miles. So what I was saying is, I can tell you that when my vinyl is clean, it's as clean as it's going to get. There's no lint on it, there's nothing. I will put my cleaning up against any of those expensive machines you can buy to clean records with. They have these ones called the VPI machine, uses a vacuum, cleans the records, and those are very good. The job I do does just as well, and it might take a couple of minutes longer for me to do it my way, but I don't have 3 million records to clean either. So we're gonna head back up this way because I wanted to see how the water level was in the frog pond. So we're gonna go back up towards that fireplace. It's just up here. We'll go see how the frog swamp is doing. And then I think we'll wrap things up close to it. Whew. I'm just making sure I get my 5 miles. That's what I'm doing, really. Shadows are getting long. Should be right up here. Whew. Fireplace is up the hill, but I think we'll just well, I might actually cross over and go up that little hill and then head out of the park. As long as I get about 4.5 miles in here, we're over 3.5 now, so you can see it's starting to look like dusk. We have some sunlight left up there, but it's fading fast. Whew. All right, cut over to the right up ahead. See what the frogs are doing, if anything. I just wanted to see what the water level was out here today. Ooh, that looks real low. Every time we go by here, it's lower and lower. Oh, look, there's a deer right here. 2 of them. Shh, we'll be quiet. Mama with 2 babies. Well, that was really nice. Did you see that? That was awesome. They were just coming through here eating acorns. I'm going to cut through here. I'm going to be quiet so I don't spook them. Well, we'll go about our business. Look how low the water is. So we'll let the deer who are right here in front of us still, we'll let them go. We'll head up here. They usually forage at night when it gets dark and early in the mornings. So I'm gonna go through here. See, there they are right here still. It's like they're following me. They know I'm not a threat. Well, we'll just leave them be. How cool was that? I'm glad I came this way. Boy, that timing worked out really nice. All right, now we'll head out of here. I hope you enjoyed that. That was really nice. That was a nice surprise. I see deer in here often, but never up that close and friendly. That was Mama with her 2 babies. They're gonna get ready for winter. She's just walking around with her babies and they're eating. Well, that made my week. Really enjoyed that. That makes coming here worth it. That's why I come here. Got that all on film. Coming up on 4 miles. So we will take it on out of here, I guess. As the shadows get long. Boy, that was really nice. I do have that video on my channel where I came across that mother with her baby, and she was in the distance watching me, and the baby was poking around, and the little baby came out of a bush literally 2 feet away from me, like 2 feet, and I filmed the whole thing. So I have that video on my profile, and that was really nice. That made my 2023 last year. Now this one here was pretty darn good too. Absolutely. So wow, that was awesome. Very glad I got that on film. All right, I guess that makes my hike complete today, because I don't think anything else is going to top that. Amazing to me how docile Mama was with her babies. They knew I was there, absolutely. The only time deer can be dangerous is if it's a rutting buck. with his full horns during mating season. The owls are waking up. Did you hear that? It's going to be dark soon. Yep. The owls are an owling. It's my cue to leave before the headless horseman comes through Sleepy Hollow. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Friggin' loud. I'm sure you could hear that. Alright, the woods are alive. Time for me to beat feet. Well, that was most enjoyable. Boy, that son of a bitch is loud. And also know when the lighting gets like this and I'm walking, you're seeing a little bit of distortions as I step down. That is because the GoPro is light sensitive. Unless I change the setting for a nighttime setting, that's what it's going to do. But we're almost done today anyway, so I think we'll get through okay. Boy, that was so cool. They were right there. And they're going to look further away when you watch this on video because of the lens setting. I have it on linear, which is a widescreen instead of a narrow. So I'm actually closer to the deer than it's going to look on the video. But you can kind of tell that by looking anyway. I can't really change the camera thing while it's on my head. I'd have to open my app, and I didn't want things to start beeping and spook the deer, and then I'm standing there with an app waiting for it to load and the deer are gone. So we'll head down this way and then we'll wrap on our way out of here. But that was pretty awesome. 3 deer today. 3 of them. Let's wind our way through the rest of our walk. I just wanted to stop and look around, smell the roses, as it were. Well, I really have no words for awesome, how awesome that was. You know, I just like coming here and pay attention to things, you know, like these pine cones. You know, in front of each one of these trees, on top of a rock or whatever, there's all these pine cones, and all these little pine seeds have been eaten. These little chipmunks and stuff and squirrels, they eat the seeds. You know, Mother Nature, everybody gets to eat. Can be a little lean sometimes, can be a little tough, but they will always get some. They usually get all the water they need. Sometimes there might be stretches in between where they don't get any, but it always turns up. So we'll head on up this way and we'll head out. So anyways, thanks for walking with me. Click like and subscribe. Share the content. And if you ever get to Lewiston, Maine, stop by at Thorn Craig here. It's on Montello Street. Off Montello Street, I should say. Easy to find on Google Maps, or Apple Maps, or Bing Maps, or whatever map app you choose. Thanks again, everybody. See you on the next walk, and I hope you enjoyed this Woods Walk Gun Talk and the Walking with J-Bo series. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.